So I find myself drinking less coffee.
Okay.
Like, it's interesting.
You just eat the beans?
Well, I just swallow them whole, man. No, actually line them up like Coke and just
sniff a line?
Yeah, do lines of coffee beans.
Coffee, straight Colombian.
But I do find it makes it more special when I do have it.
Ah.
You ever gone like a week without caffeine and then like have a triple espresso or something like that?
Kind of, yeah.
Speaking of, I imagine that's what cocaine feels like. Like it's
Oh yeah, you feel the fluttering a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, but I love it.
Almost Gamers.
Hello, Yinz. Welcome to episode 6.
6.
Wow, can you?
You know what? I was thinking actually, episode 6. We only have 660 more till episode 666.
Well, that gives us some motivation to keep going.
And we can. I think we should just play the In Flames song nonstop for an hour.
That'll be episode 666.
Yeah.
Will be episode 666 played. All right, I'm in.
We're doing it.
So I first want to thank everyone out there for listening. We've been really growing. We've had a lot of plays, a lot of people listening, and it's good to know that we're not just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, it's oddly, comforting to know that people find this interesting. Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, it's also like
We don't get much feedback.
No one has yet to message us, but
I assume we're doing something.
Well,
right.
we'll get the hate mail. I mean, once you get the hate mail, that's when you know you've made it.
Ah, there it is.
That's the true sign of
Our
a good
first hate
podcast is when people hate you for no reason.
Good
or,
hate mail.
Or
Good.
nitpick you.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh, there's a ton to nitpick.
Yeah. I do want to mention, check us out on social medias.
Yes.
Right
Plug it.
now, Instagram is Almost Gamers. We have almostgamers.com is the website, which will therefore lead to all sorts of fun pictures and links to all the other fun things we're doing out and about. And that also leads us to the Buzzsprout page where you can obviously listen to us and as much as you want. And if you want, support us. There's a little thing. And more importantly, message us. We want to hear from you, Yinz.
Yeah.
Let us know what you like.
Well,
and,
and also feel free, like if you're in Spotify, just give us a 5-star. But, you don't have to actually think we're 5 stars. But, it's a little white lie. You can lie a little bit.
Yeah, you can lie for us. It
Fluff
helps
our
us
numbers
out.
up a little bit.
You guys like us. You like us.
Support us, right?
Yeah.
All
All right.
right. That's enough plugging, I guess.
And now it's time for What Yinz Playing.
What Yinz Playing?
All right, so Andy, I'm always adding work for you.
Okay, here we go.
Here's what I want the music to be here.
Oh, I didn't even think about music.
Oh,
here.
yeah. So for What Yinz Playing, I'm picturing like a marching band drum cadence.
Okay. Might have to get Kurt involved.
I was thinking, and then we'll get like in a thick Pittsburgh accent. I'm thinking we'll have my sister do it.
Ooh.
And be like, What Yinz Playing?
She's good for that.
I mean,
she does have a classy.
yeah, I think. Real
Accent.
short, sweet, bam, bam, bam.
What Yinz Playing?
All right, work on it.
All right. Well, me and Kurt, that's a chance for us to bond over music and him to use his many, many drums. But honestly, we probably just do it electronically.
Yeah, really, it's way easier.
So kind of, yeah.
All right, man. Have Yinz been playing? What's the singular of Yinz?
Yeah, Yinz. No.
Anyways, what have you been doing?
Well, I could get into what I've been doing, but I'm curious because I think you've been gaming.
I have.
So I feel like the gamers who listen to this might be interested in actually games.
Oh, the gaming podcast? Want to hear about gaming? Well, I mean, we've been
almost
I know.
gamers podcast.
Don't worry, it'll turn into something about Christopher Nolan or Metallica
Earthquakes.
pretty soon.
Or Goat Simulator. But that's a game.
Okay. So if the audience remembers, my task, my duty was to play Expedition 33.
Yeah, you said you put a picture up.
Sorry, the full name was Claire Obscure. Expedition 33.
Yeah.
So I did dive into it. I kind of didn't want to. I really, really, really wanted to finish Avowed first, so I had that off my plate. But I knew time was short. I'm like, I have to try out some of this game. I had no reason not to. It's on Game Pass, and I had to find any money for it. So I did start it. I played one long session and one quick session of it. Yeah, it's the hype. The hype is real.
Really?
I'm really. I feel. I don't know. I think you would like it, but it's definitely up my alley. It's really cool. It is very different. You talked a little bit about it being more of like a JRPG kind of a style. And it sort of is, but a lot of people have actually been calling it, since it's made by a French company. Actually, yes. So it's a JRPG, J apostrophe, which is so witty. And it definitely feels very French. There's a lot of French feel to it.
Interesting.
And it does sort of have like that Western meets Eastern kind of development to it. But I'm really loving it. Yeah, the turn-based is not very turn-based. I mean, it is, but it's
That's
not.
That's what I've heard.
There's a lot of there's a lot of parries.
Okay.
So you can do one of two things. You can either parry or dodge. Dodging is much easier. Yeah. This is every attack, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's almost every attack.
Like even magic?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because it's all time. Like if they do like a lightning spell, it's like it slowly moves toward you, almost like a rhythm game kind of a thing. Sometimes you can actually jump off things.
Oh, wow.
But if you dodging is easier, but you just dodge, you just don't get hit. But if you parry, it's like a retribution type parry. So it's like a counterattack thing. So it's a big payoff. So it's like a risk reward sort of thing. Yeah. Do I just dodge and not get the hit, or do I parry and hurt them? And I'm not too far, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some things that build up your parry counterattack. Okay. So it becomes more of a reward at the end.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm probably like 8 hours into it, and I feel like I barely scratched the surface. There's a lot more even mechanics I haven't even explored yet. I've only gotten 2 other party members. I'm sure there's more. But it's neat. And then even when you attack, there's a way to like QTE to increase the chance of the attack being better. For most time, it basically is an automatic crit if you succeed. It's different for every attack. It's like there's always time button presses. Right. And each one has its own kind of things. You got to learn every spell or attack skill, and that makes it very neat. So it's passive because it's turn based, but during your turn, you can't just hit a button. You got to do shit. Well, you don't have to, but it's right. Well, but some of the attacks are the opposite. Like there's a very powerful area of attack fire spell, and if you miss up the button prompt, it hurts you too.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's neat. It makes you really fully engaged.
Yeah. That sounds actually pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I get why the hype.
Totally. It feels different than anything I've ever really played. It definitely has a large sense of wonder. A lot of games, have the same trope of, there's a bad guy trying to ruin the world and whatever, and you're out there to save them or save like the princess or something like this. And this is not, I'm just kind of figuring out what's happening. It reminds me a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. Do you remember first playing that when you're like, I don't know what's going on. I love it.
Yes, that was a big
again, that sense of wonder. You're like, I kind of have some guesses, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it really it doesn't do a whole lot of explaining. Often, a lot of games have this like epilogue where it just explains everything, and it really doesn't at all. There's some, but some you just have to figure out. And from what I've heard from other people, it's not a game that never explains it.
Okay,
it does.
That's good.
Yes, I know.
That
I don't.
Annoying.
I don't want like an obscure art film where I have no idea what's going to actually. Right. What is actually happening?
And then
when
they know
the credits roll.
Yeah, and then they're just like, "Hey, there it is."
Yeah, make your own conclusion. Yeah, no. So that's really cool. but it is a little hard. You can change the difficulties. There's different difficulties. It's interesting. You can make it so it's auto parry, but I don't think you retribution or maybe it's auto dodge or something. So it's interesting. So you can make it so it's easier, but you're not getting that benefit of the. Most games, dodge is more my thing, and I'm not very good at parrying. Like my parry timing is awful.
Honestly, like we were talking about parrying. I was like, Elden Ring, you could parry, right? I don't think I ever did it. I just rolled around like an idiot. That's it. That's just dodge, right?
Yeah, it's dodge. And I said parrying. It's weird because I don't know if parrying technically is just blocking or if parrying is technically blocking and then re-attacking.
Then re-attacking.
I actually don't know, but
that's
what I mean is the actual, the parry.
Yeah, I never parry. I just roll around.
That was parry is the block and
then return.
But in this game, it really rewards it. But actually, Paul Tossi had said that you can actually do the whole game just dodging.
Okay.
And he says, like, if you're having trouble with it, just dodge, which is a kind of do. But man, when you do parry and you
feels good.
It feels real good. So that's right. It's rewarding.
That's all
they've nailed
for.
that, and I'm like already hooked on this gameplay. So I'm hooked on the gameplay, and yet the story is also just great. It's
just dragging a lot of boxes.
Yeah, it is. The voice acting is very good. One of the main characters you play as, Mael, is voiced by Shadowheart. Same voice actress.
Wow, she's already...
Yeah, she's shooting up there. Good for her.
Yeah,
very
great
good for her. In fact, she got the role because the developers were a fan of Shadowheart.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
That's just,
makes me feel good.
It's good stuff, yeah.
The graphics aren't the best.
Oh, really? I thought those were the best part. One of the best
So
parts.
the style, it's neat.
Okay.
The
was the
worlds
style.
are very unique. It's not your cookie cutter like oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, coming from like Assassin's Creed, it's
you
not,
can tell there's a drop a little.
Yeah, there's some pop-ins. There's some.
Yeah, that's kind of with Kingdom Come.
Yeah, it's just not as smooth as other games.
Right.
You can just tell it's not a huge development team.
Right. Yep.
There's a lot of chatter. Your typical, like when you do something, a person says this and they say it over and over and over. I mean, that's typical of games.
Yeah, right.
I spoiled from, remember I talked about the...
Throwback, everybody.
Throwback the episode where I talked about how much I enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy game and how it didn't have that. Like the dialogue was never repeated.
You did talk
so
about
some
that.
games just spoil you.
Matt remembered something.
But again, it is a small developer, even though... there's been some controversy over that.
Oh, really?
Yes, because Jeff Keighley during Summer Game Fest, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, had mentioned, about, he was talking about small developers, and he said, this game was created by a team of under 30 people. There's been a lot of talk about that sort of thing now, because technically, yes, the company that made it is under 30 people, but they hired out a lot of help, and that's kind of been a big thing now. Even like Balatro, which is one guy did it.
Yeah,
he hired out teams to do QA and some of the So it's still a small. You're not EA. You're not
right. Yeah.
And it's interesting because it used to be there's a lot of middleware. For you people who don't know, that's things like SpeedTree is like a famous middleware.
Right.
Like they made their money by I don't have this time to do all these trees and this physics.
Yeah.
They do it for you.
Right.
And so
that's cool.
Blink is a big one. I did a lot of the physics kind of stuff.
I mean, people who start businesses hire people to do their internet.
HR, like
their website, I should say.
Yeah, you just
you can't do it all.
Can't do it all, and it's just kind of part of the business. But I get you got to give those people credit.
Yeah,
but you're still a small studio,
right?
It's
still small.
Yeah,
just outsource some of it so it's not overwhelming.
Yeah,
and you can compete.
Yes, that's the thing. You can't they couldn't have done it without that.
Right. Like the game wouldn't exist probably, or it would just be terrible.
Yeah. I will obviously come back to that game once I, dig more into it, give my actual opinion.
So this was just a preview.
Yeah, I wanted to just because I was contractually obligated to talk about it.
You kind of were. You did say you were going to do it.
Yes, and I did.
Hey, not like Blue Prince. You gave up on that motherfucker.
Yeah, well, yes, I did, and that's fine.
I'm still learning. I still get articles about that. Like, what? How do you even begin to figure that one out? And I gave up, so I'm happy. I'm in ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I guess so. I am very close to beating Avowed though. I actually was
Really?
I thought I could beat it last night.
Yeah.
I got to a point. I'm like, all right, how close am I? I looked it up. I have like 3 hours to go, and it was like 1 a.m. and I had to be up early. I'm like, all right, we'll wait. But
Old school Matt would have stayed up.
I know that's true, but I just want to get that out and done so
Okay.
I can just move on.
Right.
Speaking of another game,
Ooh, wow, we're going into another one.
Well, what I did finish is I finished I finished South of Midnight.
Oh yeah, you've been talking quite a bit about that.
Yes, and I realized it's been a long time since I really finished a game.
I was going to ask, how many games have you finished in the last couple of years?
Quite a bit.
Okay, all right,
Not like I used to. I remember back in the day, I never
right,
didn't finish a game.
yeah,
That was finishable.
right,
Some of those old school games
yeah,
aren't beatable, and it's like sports games. Those type of games aren't
no,
technically beatable. I actually do remember the first game I didn't finish.
okay,
It was Jack 2.
wow.
Remember Jack and Daxter series?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the second one where they went.
Jackbox.
Oh no. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you can't finish those.
It was the second one, which they went dark and edgy for the second one.
Yeah, I played a little bit of them, but I don't know them very well.
The second one is notorious. It's funny. I thought it was just me. Then I've seen a lot of like Rob Pearson on PlayStation Access talked about this game a lot. Like there's a scene where a section that is just unbelievably hard and aggravating. And I'm like, yes, I clearly remember that.
Right.
And I remember I actually beat it. I didn't quit because I couldn't beat it. I finally beat it, but was so frustrated and mad at the game because they put me through it. I'm like, yeah, I beat you. Fuck you. I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah,
And that's like the first game I ever like gave up.
right. Yeah, and it felt good.
It felt great.
Yeah.
But I still don't like that feeling for the most part.
I hate not finishing.
Yeah, I can tell you not beating Blueprints but you did beat it technically.
Well, I guess there's things.
That was such a forlorn, I guess. I want to like give you a hug right now.
Yeah, that's a sore spot, everybody. Yeah, well,
Should I go back to South of Midnight maybe?
yeah,
A game I did complete.
yeah. Let's talk about the good things in life.
Good things in life. So I'm ready to give my final verdict. I think I'd said
You gave it a 9.
I gave it
Or
a 10. I gave it a
and then
10.
You backed off.
Yeah, because the experience I had with especially that first sitting
Right.
was I would not give that up for anything.
Yeah.
Like it was so great. But now that I've gone through the game collectively, maybe a 9. Probably
Okay.
a 9.
9.
And the reasoning being that combat wasn't great and it started to get really repetitive. It didn't really add any more enemy types. I was doing the same battles over and over.
That gets
I'd finished a skill tree pretty early on, and in the end, the game wasn't that long, but it was a little too long. It just kind of dragged. But the story was great. I'm very glad to finish it. One of the things I will say that this game did great that other games need to learn from. Have you ever been in a game where you're climbing up something? A platforming game where you're climbing up a very long, hard tower or whatever, and you fall off of it, but maybe you land and don't die.
Right.
And you just have to then start from where you land. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This doesn't do that. If you ever fall from a really high spot, it just starts you back up where you fell from.
Oh.
And that was such welcome.
Nice. Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, oh no, it took me 10 minutes to get here. And then,
They start you back.
And it's just that small little love that I really appreciated.
Because technically we're almost gamers, so we have lives, and we don't want to climb shit all day long.
Right.
You know? So it's
not fun.
Once you get to a certain point in life, you don't want to keep doing the stupid shit over and over again.
And it's no reason.
It doesn't add much.
No, it doesn't. It didn't feel more, I feel
accomplished
better about my...
this,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Fine line between, difficulty and accomplishment
Right.
and having fun.
Right. So that's good.
So that's why, give it a solid 9.
9.
I absolutely recommend it. Everyone should play it.
And it's on Xbox,
It is on Game Pass right now.
Game Pass. So if you already have Game Pass, you're good to go, folks.
Yeah, just try it out. Do yourself a favor. Spend a
Good
couple hours.
music.
Yeah, good music. We'll actually talk about that on the rewind or
Respawn, Matt.
segment
Get
later.
your segments right.
And that is all that I's been playing.
That's a lot, considering you're in a big transition.
Yeah,
so.
well, I only took me a couple hours to finish that, and I said Val didn't. Yeah, but yeah, my time's been a little light lately.
Okay, yeah, but it might get a little heavy.
Ooh. All right, Andrew, you look like you have almost like a secret to tell over there.
I don't have any secrets. Gaming wise, I've been sticking to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. KCD2.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been focused on finishing it, mostly for this podcast.
See, we're working hard for Yinz. We don't want to do this. We don't want to play these fun games.
I don't want to finish a game. Right. I haven't finished a game in a long time.
Right. And that wife of yours is like, why don't you do this and that? Sorry, hon. I got a game.
The ball and chain. She's tough, but this last 3 weeks I played it pretty hardcore. There's not much to report on it. It's still the same game, but Matt might understand that I think it's going to be on the last episode. I don't know. They're all getting confusing. But you heard the new music for Boss Battle. So my big thing this whole entire 3 weeks was trying to come up with this theme song for Boss Battle.
Okay, that did debut on the
episode 5.
Episode 5, part 1.
Part 1. So that was pretty much what I worked on for probably 2 out of the 3 weeks. And
you know what? It shows. It is fantastic. I told him this. I told him the channel, Mick Gordon, and he definitely did, man.
I appreciate it.
And it was great.
That's where this might kind of go into, what do you call them? The tangent of this. So, as you might know, I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to recording and trying to be a little bit over.
This man will record like 40 tracks. I'm like, man, that's amazing. And he's like, and just delete them all and start over.
I have done that multiple times in my life. And this was no different. So I guess I got in, I listened to Mick's soundtrack quite a bit, and I was using it to motivate me. And I didn't, I didn't realize, he's so far beyond my capabilities at this point in my life. But, and I was having a lot of frustration, and actually it's funny because the riff that actually made it, I hated. I went through quite a bit of hate for it. I rewrote it. The one day I got home from work and I spent like 3 hours probably straight just trying different ideas out. I just literally just played my guitar for 3 hours trying to find something better. And then eventually it all came full circle. That doesn't really all matter. But I'm just trying to get into I finally caved and I was like, I'm just going to Google how did Mick Gordon do Doom? Because that was what I was trying to get the essence of Doom.
Yeah, did you? I know that there's I know I've seen at least one YouTuber that literally does this is the Mick Gordon method.
Yeah, and so there are YouTube videos, but
there's a YouTube video for everything.
Pretty much. And I did a lot of research. Well, but I
no, it's research.
It's and this today
went to the library.
Yeah, I
went to the card catalog.
Right. I just was more or less looking for his actual amps, and then amp settings. I wasn't looking for necessarily what he literally did, but I just was kind of looking for a basic idea because my guitar sounds I tend to go with a certain sound. My ear tends to go one way, and I was like, Mick does something very different. And I learned quite a bit, but there is a game developers conference, and it's on YouTube, and I actually watched it, and it's actually Mick Gordon himself, and this was before all the terribleness happened with ID Studio. I think it's id Studio.
Yeah,
id. They call it id. And
I'm assuming as opposed to Super Ego?
Superego.
Like the Freudian, id and superego.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, I might be completely wrong. I have no idea.
Wow.
It could be like international demon.
International D. Yeah, I don't know what it stands for. I wouldn't even begin to know. But I didn't realize, like, it was such a cool story how he came across, like, the soundtrack for Doom. Now, I'm talking about Doom 2016.
Okay.
The modern Doom. Everybody, talks about.
The reincarnation of Doom, if you will.
And it was a really cool, and I recommend it if you have time. And I'm going to get in a little bit of the weeds about the whole thing. I'm going to try.
Let's do it. We like to focus on the music,
A little bit of the music. So I thought this was appropriate. It's game
and if
adjacent.
not, there's chapter markers.
Exactly.
I will. Maybe I'll section off this entire thing. I'll call it Andy's Doom Tangent.
Yeah, we talked quite a bit about Doom, but this will be probably my last Doom talk.
Oh, here, this tangent off.
Yeah.
You were talking about like, hey, I like, Doom, but I don't want to, I'm interested in Doom Dark Ages, but you're not going to blow the money on it.
Yeah, right.
That's a Bethesda game, so Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, man. Spend the $10 and play the damn thing. Oh, it's not. I find this funny. That's right. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Game Pass for Xbox is more expensive than Game Pass for PC, which is...
Well, I'm
so
PC
backwards. Guy. I'm grateful for it, but it's just so weird that if you're in that ecosystem and already supporting Xbox, they make you pay more.
That's
but
weird.
For me on PC, who doesn't want to buy an Xbox, I get it cheaper.
Well, you're winning, Matt. In the game, you're winning.
All right.
So I thought you'd find this a little interesting. Do you know much about the history of how we came about Doom soundtrack?
I don't think. No.
So I thought more or less you'd be a little bit interested in this.
Definitely. I'm all excited. I'm
so,
scooching forward.
So this was around this conference happened in 2017. So shortly after Doom, the original came out in 2016. So this was right after, like I said, before the Fallout. And so he was really in a good spot with id Studios. He got a request from them. They were talking about like soundtrack stuff, and they asked him to basically come up with a soundtrack, but they gave him like three. I think it was three, but either way, they gave him kind of like what they were looking for, and they wanted it to like be great for the fan base. It had to have, they love synths, so it had to have synths. And then the third one, which was the big twist, was no guitars. So if you know Doom, guitars is a big part of it, which was kind of crazy to me. Like,
I mean, like no acoustic guitar.
That's what I thought. I was like,
no flamenco.
Guitars eventually did make it into the soundtrack of Doom 2016, and a lot of people like have said it's changed metal music in some ways. So I was curious. So then I was hooked on this conference, this video, and so I watched the whole thing, and it went into this whole process. And what was so cool about what he did was he kind of was like dealing with sine waves. And that was his like motive. He was like, well, let's start with something pure, like a sine wave, and send it through a distortion channel.
Ooh, this is up my alley here.
So he did that, and then he sent it to them. Well, before all this, they were jamming. Like they had jam sessions, and it was like synth jamming. So they were like all on nerds on PCs, trying to like create more crazy sounds. And so they kind of developed this element of like, let's just experiment. And so he was like pumped after their first meeting. He went home. He came up with this idea of maybe just sending a sine wave and just seeing what happens when it send it through a distortion channel.
And did he find out it does not distort that much?
Well, I guess he did, but it wasn't so much the distorting. But then he also, like, there's this complicated thing where he sent actually white noise with it through the channel.
Well, I was going to say, because we know sine waves do not distort because there's not much harmonic content.
That's why he sent...
Which you can learn more about at the Firecase Studios YouTube channel when I try to distort a flute. low D flute, and same thing happened. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's too pure. It doesn't distort on its own. You need to give it a little something.
Well, that's what he would. I guess that's why he eventually introduced. Well, he initially did introduce white noise.
There it is.
And then that created some harmonic character to this sine wave. So that was his process. So then he sent it back, and the person, I don't know names and stuff. Obviously, if you want to know the whole details, go to the video. The guy sent back, he said, sounds okay. I think you're on the right path. But he gave him hope. Like, at first it was harsh, and he said he wanted to crawl up and just in a shower and cry himself to sleep when he got that, because he thought he was made a major breakthrough.
Yeah, I know that feeling. That feeling.
But then the guy, the person who was, the id Software company said, hey, let's, you're on the right path. I feel like you're on the verge of something amazing. Just keep going. Explore this further. And so I guess through interactions, they sent him artwork. And I don't know if anybody's followed Doom's storyline. Basically, what happened was this major corporation in Doom found there was this infinite energy mineable on Mars through hell. And they somehow used hell essentially to mine this energy and create infinite energy. But he liked this idea that something pure like energy was being corrupted by this major corporation. So went with his idea of sending this. So he created an instrument with, like we said, and he had 4 channels, and he sent the sine wave into 4 different buses. This is getting really into the weeds of recording.
I get 3 other people listening too.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Right. Keep going. But he sent it through, and it created these weird, harmonic artifacts. And, all he had to do was take this pure sine wave, which is the purest audio you can get, and all he changed was amplitude and, what was the other term? It doesn't matter. Frequency. Yeah. And he created these crazy patterns, and it was just nothing like you heard, really, up until that point. And so, they were all blown away by this. And so then eventually it led to he was it's still missing something, even though everybody was happy. Yeah. And you can imagine what it was. And he just threw in a guitar just to see what they would say. And then they all were on board after hearing the guitar. So that's a long way of saying it was just, he really created an instrument out of thin air. And he just, because he wanted to, and that was his big thing. And I just, in his whole thing, it was kind of change the process, change the outcome, because he kind of wanted to crawl into a hole when they said, we want to hear something that we've never heard before. Yeah. He's like, how do you even begin to do that? He said, I could load up a bunch of plugins and create, or patches that just make weird sounds and have fun with that. But that would be me doing basically what everybody else has done. So he literally came up with a whole new way to record crazy sounds. But yeah, I don't know.
You know what, man? That reminds me a little bit. It's the second shout out to the Endangered Minds album, right? Vigil. When in Fallen Road, where we weren't happy with, it was kind of backwards. We weren't happy with the guitar.
Yeah.
So we added a distorted synth on top.
And that's a huge thing now. Everybody.
And we did that in 2008.
Yeah.
Just saying, yeah. Mick Gordon.
Yeah, Mick Gordon. But yeah, also he talked about this interesting technique, and I wanted to write it down and I forgot to mention it, but he got the idea of his little bus channel of all these multiple distortions built on multiple distortions from a producer named Tony Visconti. And he came up, and he was from the 70s, but he came up with a 3-mic technique for David Bowie. And I don't know if our listeners are familiar.
The name sounds familiar. Yeah, all right.
So what he did was he threw gates on 3 different microphones and set them 3 distances away. So they had a close mic, he had a medium mic, and he had a really distant mic. And so what happened was when David Bowie was singing quiet and intimate, the first mic would open. The gate essentially shuts all signals going through, so you don't hear anything. But once you hit a certain threshold, it lets the sound in. So the first mic would let in the most intimate sounds. But once you really belted, like once you got to like a little bit of belting, I should say, the second gate would open and let the sound through, and that would create a reverb. And then he would do, when he really went for it, the third microphone, which was really far away with the mic.
Oh, man, I want to try that. I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, yes, I want to try that.
Yeah, so like that's what gave him this idea of having these chains of distortions. Like I'm guessing he created like little chains of distortion. Like once one, it passed a certain threshold, another distortion would kick in. And it created these.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and I think like I would call him a genius, but I don't know. Like a lot of people throw that term around, but I do feel like there is a genius to Mick Gordon, and I realized I couldn't do most of this, and he probably
stumble upon some things like let's give it a shot, and see what happens.
That's what innovators do, and at the very least, he's an innovator.
You're always building upon other innovators,
right? And that's what I mean. Like that's why I had to throw that in there because the video mentioned him, and I thought that was actually genius for the '70s. Now we're talking about the '70s, and the came with like he had a limited tape. They were rolling on tape, so like they were running out of tracks on the tape, literally like running out of room. I guess I don't know how recording on tape works because we're mostly digital in this world, but yeah. So I mean, out of necessity, he came up with this idea of doing this reverb technique. And so Mick Gordon similarly just said, hey, I want to create unique sounds that nobody's heard before. And boy, did it work. And that's the other thing is he approached the music from a little bit more of an electronic. And I listened to a guy during all my research of trying to figure out how to create Doom. I learned that and I agree that there was a element that the new Doom soundtrack, the new Dark Age one, is more metal. It like they went and they approached it from guitar first, versus electronic first, then add the guitars. And Mick Gordon had that element, and I think that made him
unique,
different and unique. But the fairness to who does the new one, finishing move. Maybe they got the prompt. Let's go full out metal. Yeah. And that might not be their decision. They might have just said, hey, this is our prompt. They want to go metal. And so, why bash them for not being Mick Gordon? Maybe they didn't want Mick Gordon again. I mean, probably they didn't because they had a big falling out. But I don't know. So, but that is a big difference. You can kind of feel that Mick. And another neat little thing about Doom 2016, and this will be the end. Matt's falling asleep. Even he likes this shit, and he's falling asleep. I never noticed, but I listened to the song I used as my guide was BFG Division, the Big Fucking Gun Division. If you want to listen to it, I think it's my favorite song on that soundtrack. What was neat is I never noticed, and it's something you might want to try in one of your mixes, is every time when the snare hits, literally there's silence for the split second the transient hits.
Oh, so make a space for the transient.
Yeah, so it's like a split second, and I never realized there's absolute silence.
Oh, I definitely want to try that.
And it's like, it's so quick, you don't even really notice it. But
you do that with editing, with a gate?
It'd have to be both because you'd have to cut all the reverbs, all the delays. Everything would have to stop. Yeah. And I was trying to think of the logistics of trying to do that for every snare hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's fine if there's one every bar. But we're doing like eighth notes. Oof.
But yeah, so it creates this energy.
Yeah.
And that's on the level he thinks. That's just to show you. Super, super cool stuff. Cool. It's cool stuff. Sorry.
All right, so where did this lead you then in creating? So what happened?
I just kind of gave up at that point. I was like, there's no way I want to compete with Mick Gordon. And I just wrote a metal track because I'm a guitar guy. That's all I do. I just try to write metal. But it gave me ideas and also hopelessness of trying to compete with somebody on that level. But hopefully I did okay.
No, I said I love it. So there you go.
All right. moving on, right?
All right.
That's our motto. Sorry, Matt.
No, that's great.
Probably going to cut most of this.
All right, Yinz. Time for a boss battle. Boss battle. Boss. All right, this segment is going to be a first for us. This is a request.
Yeah, I was excited. And that just shows back to what we were saying. We listen.
Uh-huh.
We listen to our listeners.
That's right. This actually comes from my niece, Rain. Ooh, Jesus.
Niece Rain, you Jesus. That's a unique name.
So I have two nieces, Ryan and Renee. This comes from Renee.
Okay.
Her friend, Sarah Pavlik, requested we talk about Zelda.
Oh.
I'm assuming she means the Legend of Zelda video game series and not Robin Williams' daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he named her after the game.
Did he?
Yeah. Not a lot of people think he named her after Zelda Fitzgerald.
That's a name.
Yeah, isn't that a singer, right?
Is her first name?
Ella Fitzgerald.
Why would her name be Zelda?
Oh, no, Zelda. Oh, I'm thinking Zelda from The Great Gatsby. Right?
Well, I read the Cliff Notes. Barely.
I think I actually did too.
We're not smart.
Anyways.
Wait, I got a thesaurus.
Well,
What are we, Matt?
Not idiots. We are...
What's the word of the podcast? Let's find idiot. There's idiots. Blockheads. We're blockheads.
Ooh, I like that one. Reminds me of
Charlie
Minecraft.
Brown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, blockhead! Fuck Lucy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where are we
The
going?
Legend of Zelda.
Oh, we're still on this.
Yes. Classic. I mean, it is the classic of
This
classics.
is no Mick Gordon, but this is something.
Now, I'd already told my niece that, like, we're not the hugest Zelda fans.
Where is she at in her?
I don't know that she's ever gamed much other than, like, little mobile games and with me done some, like, VR things.
So, what mobile Zelda game is there?
What? No, I mean, like, period. Like, of any video games.
Okay.
That's all she's ever done is, like, those endless runners and kind of...
Okay.
She's not a gamer at all.
Ah, okay.
My niece, her friend,
That's what I'm
Sarah,
saying. Yeah,
is. I've never met Sarah. I probably have.
So we don't know where she's at in her Zelda career.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm assuming if she's my niece's age, we're talking 22, 23. So
what's the last
probably
one?
didn't grow up playing the original. Probably like, oh, geez, I don't even think about the... Yeah.
Do you have the list you said of the games?
I do have the list of the games.
So let's go over.
I mean, we
history.
could go through them in timeline order.
Let's just go to the timeline because I'm probably going to
Yes.
focus on the old ones.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, you know, it was probably Mario was the first blockbuster game, but Zelda was pretty close.
Yeah.
And I would say even more so, Koji Kondo was the composer. And I mean, Zelda soundtrack is pretty damn classic. I mean, you can't.
Yeah. You really.
And I really respect those guys because they had very limited what they could do.
Yeah.
You know, you had you could only do probably 3-note polyphony at most.
Yeah.
You know, and then not to mention you had like probably 16 sounds to choose from.
Right.
And what they did with that was limited.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So
It really
I really
is.
respect for any of the storytelling and everything. Like you had such limited resources to make a game that made you like care about the characters and feel emotional was very different.
Very, very.
So it's great they did that. But yeah, the first one, the very first Zelda is The Legend of Zelda.
Right.
It was released originally 1986 on the Famicom, which was the Japanese version of what we know here in the United States as the Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES. Well, it's funny because Americans, we all call it NES.
Yeah.
But in the UK, they sounded out to NES.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's always kind of weird to me. Like, and then for the Super Nintendo, we call it the SNES.
Yeah.
And they say SNES.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those weird, like, Brit versus American thing. There's such subtle differences. Like, we call it a sweater, and they call it a jumper. Right? And lieutenant and lieutenant.
Yeah, there's also garden. We call garden, they call it something else.
Oh, really?
Like, a garden to them is their yard.
Oh, yeah.
And we call garden, like, where you plant things.
Plant
I don't know
shit.
what they call the other, where you plant shit in. But fascinating.
All right. Focus.
I'm losing. If you listen to the Mick Gordon segment, you know I'm just out of control.
Right. So the second, it's interesting because made a lot of money.
Yeah.
It had the gold cartridge, remember?
I was going to talk about that. You ruined that for me. That was the only thing I had to talk about. Like, that was my number one thing.
I mean, I don't remember anything about that game, Andy. Was that a cool cartridge or something? I don't know.
Very cool, Matt. All right. Well, you ruined that. Thanks, Matt. Moving on. Our segment.
Didn't there also have like the battery pack so you could save the game, right? Was that the first game you could
Yes, you could save. And
Yeah.
well, man, you just ruined everything.
Well, speak up, man.
Well, we were going to go in the history of the games, but I just literally, Matt walked in. I was trying to do research for this segment, and I was trying to play Zelda, and I did, but I also used a walk through because...
You know to hit that third bush on the left?
Yeah, that's the thing about that.
How did you figure that out back in the day?
Here's the thing, like, it was word of mouth. Like, I just remember knowing, like,
Yeah.
somebody was like, hey, you just got to burn that fucking bush. Like, what? How the hell?
That is true. Like, I definitely learned from a friend of a friend. Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
how it worked. And there's certain things that kind of I remember, but also, like, how did they learn that? And I think Game Informer was around. I do think there was a magazine that helped.
Nintendo Power.
That was it, Nintendo
yeah.
Power.
It
And,
probably was, yeah. That's
and I think
right.
somebody owned it. Some parent was like,
Some
here.
rich kid
Yeah,
could
that's what I was
scorn
gonna say, some
probably
rich-
$3.99 a month
Yeah.
to subscribe to Game Informer.
But some parent was like, yeah, whatever. You're going to have this stupid ass magazine. But I don't know how it got passed
Yeah, well,
out.
me, I didn't have the Nintendo.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you know all this? You don't even know
Oh,
the
yeah,
Nintendo.
played at a friend's house.
Yeah. That was one of the few games that we owned. And my sister, who's a regular listener, that is actually her favorite Nintendo game back in the day.
Oh, cool.
And which is unique. But I just, and like, I don't know, I don't have that many fond memories of Zelda because I don't know. We can get into that in later stuff as we progress. But one thing about the original Zelda was unique is you could save, which was cool. And I think what made it ahead of its time too was you didn't lose everything when you died. The only downside to dying is you start over with only 3 hearts, which is your life bar. And so it wasn't too brutal in that sense, other than the secrets. I don't know how you figured those out. Sometimes there was like a weird old guy who was in a cave who would tell you a few of the secrets, but whether there's more access to that, I don't know. But yeah, I think like Zelda also had that Metroidvania kind of element where you had to get things to get further.
Progress. Yeah, it was the start of that. It wasn't quite as elaborate yet.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't as elaborate, but they came out at the same time. I looked them up, and I guess
really?
yeah, they're in the same year they came out. Whether one was
Oh.
before or not, I don't know.
Interesting.
So I don't know who. Like, I guess Metroid gets the claim to fame for that element, but there is a certain charm to Zelda that you just the original Zelda, like Legend of Zelda, and I guess yeah. So Matt summed it up, and then the gold cartridge was fucking killer.
I remember that being like a marketing thing, like, oh, it's a gold cartridge.
Like, why didn't everybody use that? Like, what the fuck made it gold? And
Yeah, why did
was
they
it-
get that?
and
Why did they get to
get
do
it?
that? I don't know.
And there was like 6 games that had a gold cartridge. I think there was a couple other ones, but
Really?
yeah, it was very rare, as gold should be.
That's true.
Maybe they use real gold.
Yeah, real gold. Yeah. Sure.
Anyway, sorry. That's all I got to say about that. But it's a fantastic game. and it set the precedence for the rest of them.
Yes, very much so. Well, sort of. So remember,
Wow.
the second one was.
I watched somebody beat that game because I could not get through.
I can't remember. I don't think I ever beat the first one even.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I never had the console, so I'd have been play it with a friend or watch a friend beat it, and I just don't remember. But the second one
was absurd.
Was Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because, I even think playing the first Zelda game, I was confused why it was called Zelda.
Yeah, most people don't realize the main character is Link.
And some games barely even have Zelda in it.
Yeah.
And I don't know the story behind that at all.
Yeah, I agree. It was very.
But Zelda 2 was kind of divisive because the first Zelda it wasn't isometric, but it was close. It was almost top down, in an angle top down.
And I like that.
View. Zelda 2 was like a side scrolling, and it was just very, very different. I actually remember this was a game that I played with or watched another Steve. We're going to introduce a third Steve to the conversation. This is Steve Urechko, who lived on like the lower street from me. Okay. And hey, Steve, I highly doubt he's listening to this because I haven't talked to him in like 20 years. That's not the drummer,
right? No, that was that was another Andy, right?
That was Andy. Yeah.
I don't know this Steve.
Yeah, you've probably never met Steve. Yeah. Anyways, I remember playing at his house this game, and it was just very, very different. It almost felt like a spin-off. Looking back, it seems like more like Mario 2.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
But I don't think it was. I think it was pretty sure it was the same development team. They just, for some reason, went in a very different direction.
Yeah, because for this segment, I watched some. I tried to research, and I watched a little bit of a playthrough of a speed run of that game, and it definitely has a different style, but it was so much like Ninja Turtles or a lot of those games in that time period where it was like the side 2D element.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, it created, I had PTSD because a lot of those side, like Roger Rabbit and games like that, they were just so hard.
Yeah, we talked about in our Boss Beat episodes.
And I was like, I had no fun with this.
There was a part where you fight Shadow Link, so it's yourself.
Yeah, that was the end.
Oh, was it? And I think the trick is to not fight him or something weird. Is
it really? Yeah. I said, I watched and I had it on 2x speed because I was like, I just want to see what this.
Oh, that was the
about.
end. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that was like the last boss. Okay. Like you had to fight a shadow version of yourself, but I was like, oh man, all those like 2D graphic, like there were 3D backgrounds, but it was like 2D. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That time period was rough to be a gamer.
Yeah.
It's like they weren't forgiving.
Nope.
Anyway.
All right. So the next game in the series is the first one for the SNES, the Super Nintendo, and that was The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Now this is like one of the formative games for me. I remember this game. Well,
you owned a Super Nintendo.
I did own a Super Nintendo, and like this game was like my shit.
Yeah,
and
I didn't play it, but like the guy I worked with, he was always obsessed with this, and then I ended up playing a little bit of. I don't know if I actually beat it. I watched a little synopsis of it.
Yeah,
but it really captured the element of the first one, but it took it to a whole new level, which kind of, pun intended, linked it with the newer versions. Like it was smart, good story, everything.
Yeah, the story was good. It was almost like an origin story of Ganon.
Right.
Yeah. Ganondorf.
Is that his name?
I think that game actually explains how Ganon becomes Ganondorf. Yeah. Again, I don't know. This was
but it's
longer ago than I care to admit.
Yeah. But I think that was like the game that everybody really loves.
And they've remade that. Actually says right here, they remade it in 2002 for the Game Boy Advance, 2006 for the Wii, 2013 for the Wii U, 2016 for the 3DS, and 2019 for the Switch.
So yeah, they know.
They know. So right after that was the infamous CD, the Philips CDI offerings. I don't know if you've ever seen those.
Not at all.
So the Philips CDI, it's a complicated thing. It's like the PlayStation that never was. Kind of CD based, but the controller was the remote. It was like a TV remote. Was how you played it.
Vaguely remember this.
These games were basically had like anime, not anime, Saturday morning cartoon cutscenes, like poorly drawn Saturday morning,
Right.
and then like Nintendo does their best to basically try to pretend that these games don't exist. I've ever seen shots of them, but they are like, they're laughably bad.
Wow.
It has your wizard like, "Oh, I'm the wizard," like that kind of stuff.
Not quite like Matt's Emporium, but
Pretty close to it. It's like a cross between Zelda and I don't know if you've ever seen any shots of like the Beatles, Lord of the Rings movies.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's like that style.
I've never seen it, but I've heard that was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I've never played them. I know they're legendary for being nothing. There's some Game Boy games.
We don't count that shit.
Link's Awakening. But the next one is Ocarina of Time.
Which is probably where I stopped off.
Yeah, but me too. So that was in 98. I thought it was a little more recent. Oh, you know what? This is why, because I never played it then.
Okay.
I played it on the GameCube re-release in 03, much later.
We're not that old. Ocarina of Time. What can you say? Like,
I mean, first of all, it taught the world what an ocarina was, which is
huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
a
Matt
neat
owns
instrument.
one.
I do own one.
And we bought it at the Ren Fair, which is how on a nerd scale. I don't know.
This is not the first time we talk about ocarina on this podcast, actually.
Yeah, really. Ugh.
But it's neat because this is the first instance I remember of diegetic music. For those of you who don't know, so that is where there's music in the media, whether it be a game or a movie, that's not a soundtrack. It's actually takes place in the fiction of the world itself.
Oh.
So you actually have to play that ocarina. You have to play a tune on it to do certain things.
Yeah.
So it's music. Yeah.
Wow. Say that again for the people who
Diegetic
don't give a shit.
music.
Okay. We learned something we don't give a shit about. That game, it's like Mario 64 in the element. Like, it kind of blew my mind. I just remember I didn't own it. I didn't own a Nintendo 64. Sean, I've mentioned before, Sean Williamson, which...
It's all right. And I feel bad we haven't done this before.
Yeah.
That is Dr. Sean Williamson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. You are a doctor. You earned that shit.
Very much so.
Yeah, he worked his ass off. And if I offended you, I'm sorry. You're a doctor, but you're always my buddy Sean, so I just forget that element that you are a legit doctor. But yeah, gamer man, he owned a Nintendo 64, and I watched him play that game, and I was blown away because it just felt like a whole world of amazing everything.
Don't fuck with the chickens.
Yeah, don't fuck with the chickens. And that's a good point. And I just think there's not much you can, it's one of the best games of all time, I would imagine, for a lot of people.
Although that was one of the first games that created the unfortunate decade-long trend of awful water levels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were big on the water level, weren't they?
Yes.
Ugh, yeah.
It took a while to kill that.
But yeah, like I think I played it. I don't know if I officially beat it. Like on a not the Wii, maybe the Wii. One of those versions of it. I think I played it myself.
Yeah, this also had reiterations on every console.
Yeah, so like it was. I did think I eventually played it. I think the thing I never liked about Zelda, the series, especially once it started to go 3D, was like I hated Link was a kid. And it was so bubblegum poppy fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you changed ages in that game,
that's what but I don't know, like that early on when you're a little kid and you're like, and then you got to remember too, like what year did that? Yeah, listen, listen, Navi.
Oh, fucking Navi.
What year did that come out? 99, 90?
98.
98. So I was a teenager, and we were used to games that were like starting to get real visceral, like Mortal Kombat, and I don't know, this the kiddie nature of it. It just didn't.
Yeah, right. That age where like,
you wanted the hardcore.
Yeah.
For me, not everybody cared about that stuff, but you started seeing games be more realistic and visceral.
I can't be playing a kiddie game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it just didn't. I didn't think it was bad. I just wasn't interested in it.
You know, in games started to have voice acting in it, but unlike now with Zelda games are the exact same.
Is it really?
No, it's still just.
I tell Haley all the time, I think Nintendo saves a ton of money on voice actors. They don't give a shit. You just go,
It's a me, Mario.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? And then they'll charge the shit out of games. In fact, they're charging $80 for games, and it's like, what the fuck?
Although, and I was going to touch on this, so Nintendo definitely has a niche market. You know, their first party games will always be.
Well, they know parents will pay for that shit,
and I will admit their quality is unparalleled. You never hear about bugs or
they're polished.
Yeah, they don't release a game until it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard a bad thing about that. You're right. Yeah. But man, they will rake you over the coals, and they know parents will pay because their kids are going to be like, "I want Mario game. I want Mario." And
I remember my sister buying Mario Kart or Mario Party from my nieces, like Mario Party 8 or something like that.
One of the many.
It was like 5 years after it came out,
and
she paid like $60 for it. I'm like, it shouldn't. And I looked, I'm like, oh, that's what they're charging for it still.
I bought Mario Jamboree for Liana.
It was probably
it was full price. It was full price for a game that's probably at least 3 years old. Yeah. I don't even know, but they don't give a shit. They know people will pay them. They're like, you're gonna pay, motherfucker. Just pay. You're not getting a discount on our. Huh? I mean, Mario needs the gold, motherfucker. Doesn't he?
I mean, he's got to keep Peach, man.
that bitch.
If he ain't got the money, Bowser's coming in because Bowser got the gold.
That castle ain't cheap, motherfucker. All right.
So
where we got Mario or Zelda?
Same thing.
Okay.
You never see a crossover. Like
was Zelda the fighting game, right?
But I mean, like, I'm trying to think in the Mario movie if Zelda appeared at all. No.
Did you watch the new Mario?
The movie?
The one,
with Chris Pratt. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it. It was fine.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Moving on. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Now that one, I have no fucking clue about it, but
I know a lot about that. That was a very divisive one. That's one of those ones that people that'll love or hate.
Yeah, I watched a playthrough, and I didn't realize how weird it was.
Yeah, I think I would have liked it at the time if I had the ability to play. So I never had an N64.
Right, me either. Yeah. You had a GameCube.
I had a GameCube late. I bought
late. The game. You were late to the game. Yeah, literally.
I bought the GameCube just to play Metroid Prime.
Oh, yeah. That was a big game, huh?
That was fantastic.
I never played any Metroids, believe it or not. Never played any Metroid.
Even
Sean never
blew my mind a bit there.
Sean never even owned a Metroid. He owned
That's crazy. So you were you were only the Vania.
Yeah, wow.
You never
castle.
did
Give me the castle.
You never did the Metroid.
Nah, I'm curious.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do it on a Twitch.
There it is. That'd be interesting. Making you play like Super Metroid's probably the way to do it.
Is it? I'm curious. I am curious about Metroid.
All right, so that was Majora's Mask. And it wasn't played it. I guess.
Yeah.
It was just weird. You played the
'cause-
same day over and over.
Yeah, it was a Groundhog Day, and that was unique. I didn't know.
That's
that.
very ahead of its time. Like you see
Yeah.
games like that
It was
now.
basically a rogue.
Like Outer Wilds, that was kind of how that game was. Yeah.
It's a rogue lightish.
So
Before
that would have been
was a thing.
That would have been pretty neat.
And that's what I think they've always been like.
Innovators.
Innovators.
Yeah. And I'll give them credit for. There was a couple other weird Game Boy.
Yeah,
ones.
we don't count
We're
Game
not
Boy.
gonna go with that. Oh, I forgot about. And there was one more GameCube one, the Wind Waker. That one was extremely divisive. Yes, that was the
Really?
one. It had more of a cartoony art style, and Link was definitely a kid.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Yeah.
I just don't know much about it.
That's actually all I know about it.
So it's cartoony and it sucks.
Perler. That was 2002. They were really pumping these out here.
They really.
Some more Game
I was
Boy.
always shocked because I saw like Zelda Legend of Zelda for NES or NES, and then like a year later was the next one. I was like, holy fuck, they're putting these out a year. But I guess you know what.
Yeah,
And it's not like-
we didn't have 4-year development
Yeah.
cycles. Like the next mainline one was for the Wii. It was the first Wii one. Was the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess? So I did play this one.
Okay.
It was so the Wii. You know, I had a Wii. I love the Wii.
Yeah.
I mainly played the Wii. Used the Wii to do party games like WarioWare and Mario Party and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun for that. And I've complained about this before. Like the Wii was innovative, like for playing single player games. Like I didn't want to have to wave my hand around. You know, I just want to sit on the couch and move a
Ultimately,
gamepad.
that's what kind of comes down to.
Yeah. And so that's why I only played a little bit of Twilight Princess. I never really got into it. It's interesting. So I don't know if you know this, but Link is left-handed. That's kind of like a big thing. He has always had the sword in his left hand, and the shield was in the right hand.
Wow.
So for the Twilight Princess, that's how they started developing it, and they realized most people are right-handed, and because the Wii has motion controls, it's not gonna work. So they obviously didn't have time to like redevelop it. They literally just flipped the video, and then any times East and West came up in the game, they had to swap out the text.
Wow.
So it was you're literally playing a mirror image of the game. But I believe there was a GameCube version that didn't do that. So it's their mirror images. If you ever see screenshots, they're mirror images of each other, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
Wow, man.
yeah,
That's deep.
deep.
See, that's why you tune in.
That's right.
That brings that.
Probably didn't know that shit.
Nobody knew that shit. Now you know it.
So this is where we get into the weeds, though, because after this, like, I stopped paying attention to Nintendo consoles.
Yeah. Well,
So the next game is the Phantom Hourglass, which I'm not sure if that's a mainline game or like a spinoff.
I never heard of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I just don't know.
What's the person we're catering this to? What's their name?
It was Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, tell us more about that game.
Yeah,
If you
tell
get a
us
chance.
more. She would have. I mean, how old are my niece? She would have probably been like 5.
5? And is she? You said she's in college now.
No, she. I'm assuming if she's my niece's age, she's out of college.
What?
so.
They graduated. Where'd she graduate from? Do we know?
You don't. I don't know.
Where'd your niece graduate from?
Penn State, UPJ. Jeez.
Nice. All right. Cool.
And that was some amount of time ago. I would say 2 years, 3 years.
2 years?
Maybe 2 years. 2 years.
How old are we?
I don't know. Too old.
I get lost.
I'm 23.
23. Here we go. All right.
The next one is Skyward Sword. I know that was 2011.
What? That was 2011.
Yeah, I definitely remember that one. That was in between consoles, so it was a Wii and a Wii U kind of a thing.
Right.
Well, the Wii U was a weird in between, anyways. So I know nothing about that game. So
We can't talk about it. So
Nope.
sorry, Sarah.
well, she may have played that game.
Maybe you were 7.
Well, really, that's right. There was a huge. So there was there was a huge break. Again, there was spin-offs and they kept remaking the old games. But the next actual mainline Zelda game after that is Breath of the Wild.
There's the one.
There it is.
That's the one I'm most interested in.
Yes. So
just because
I remember at the E3 this game was revealed at. There was shots of people literally crying in the audience because it had been so long since they'd done anything. And people really love Zelda. Again, good for them. But it's interesting watching grown men cry over a trailer, but I've probably done that myself. Never mind.
We've all gotten emotional.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think that's the game I might play, but the only reason I thought I'd play it was because it might be on sale, but Nintendo doesn't give a shit.
Is it still?
It's still full price.
It can't be. That was 11... eight years ago. Did you tell me it's still full price?
I think I looked and it was at least $60.
Wow.
And then you can get the extended version with DLC.
I actually did play a little bit of this game.
Really?
Yes. When I was doing those overnights working, Frizzy was kind enough to loan me his Nintendo Switch.
Oh, nice.
And that was one of the games he had. So I played. It was weird because for some reason, I hated this game without playing it. Like I didn't want to. I don't know.
You just didn't want to.
So
conform.
so that kind of like poisoned me to it. But it was fine. I wasn't in the mood for it. I just wasn't.
Right.
And I know you had breakable weapons. That was a big thing in the game. People didn't like. Weapons had a limited lifespan.
That can annoy people.
Although I don't think I got beyond like a stick in that game.
Wow. Well, stick's good.
Yeah. It was interesting because it was the game that also broke from the norm. It was very open world.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, well, it's too much like other open world games and that. But
I'm curious, and I thought I would play that, but it's never on sale, and Nintendo doesn't go on sale ever. So maybe I'll just play the newest one because you have to pay full price.
Yeah,
regardless.
And then we'll go right into the sequel to that, which is I think the first time they ever done. Yeah, it would be the first time they ever done a sequel.
Yeah,
think about it, none of the other games have been. They're always very, very different.
Yeah.
So the first time they kept the art style, they kept everything.
Pretty much similar.
Yeah, because it was actually Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom
was essentially Breath of the Wild 2.
Right.
I've heard there's very interesting things about it.
Isn't there like a
there's a build. Yeah, it kind of reminds of a game that no one remembers, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Never.
Yeah, it had that same mechanic where you can just build things. But from what I've heard, it's amazing. Like you can just whatever you can think of, you can build. It's like Legos. Like, well, put this to that, add the engine to it, add a flamethrower to it, and bam, you have like a walking tank.
Really?
Flamethrower thing.
So there's a little bit of Minecraft to that.
Yeah, it's literally whatever you want to do, you can do.
Interesting.
It is very interesting. So I think Liana would really like that.
Well, that'll be the next game.
So if you're going to jump into a Link game,
that's the one.
That's going to be the one.
Well, we will. Probably. Yeah. Wow. That does sound interesting. It sounds too time consuming, but like I said, maybe for Liana, like a joint game would be a little fun time. And then she might run off and make random shit because she likes doing that. And definitely Minecraft.
That might work then.
All right.
Well, there you go. So, Andy, your job then is to play Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Let's just skip Breath of the Wild. Hey.
Let's do it.
All right.
So, thanks again to Sarah. Thank you, Renee.
Yeah.
And that's it for the boss battle. Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion to this episode, coming soon to a podcast near you.